Welcome to Business and Bullshit. Three women.
Three perspectives.
One podcast.
Hi, I'm Dree,
I'm Amber.
And I'm Isis.
and today we're gonna do what we would call a pre-sode. It's gonna be a little different from the next shows that we have lined up for you. Today we're just gonna get you acclimated to who we are as hosts, so you're gonna learn a little bit about us. We plan to drop an episode once a month, the last Thursday of each month, and we're gonna tell you a little bit about ourselves. Let's start with Isis.
All right. Well, again, welcome to Business and Bullshit. We really appreciate you listening to us. All right. So, who is Isis? I'm a Pisces sun, Pisces rising, and Pisces moon. I am a resident of Central Arkansas. I am a mother. I am a recent licensed mental health therapist, and I'm a black woman above all else. And I am here to be with Dree and Amber as we just discuss what life is like and, just get you the business and the bullshit.
I am Amber Nicole. I am a Little Rock native. I am a mother, a wife, and of course, most importantly, a black goddess. A little bit about myself. I work in the field of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I absolutely love what I do. It is my life's blood. It's my passion. I love listening, learning about people. I love talking. I be listening too, though. They say I don't, but I be listening. But that's a little bit about me.
And I am Dree. I'm also from Little Rock, West Side. I It's hard for me to describe my job because when I do, no one knows what the heck I do. So I feel as though, to summarize, I part of my job is I advocate for marginalized groups, and I hate to use marginalized. I'm going to say unacknowledged groups. I think that's a better term because we out here, black women, individuals that have disabilities, different people who love, in quotation marks, differently. So that's primarily what I do. I am about advancing the position of black people in the form of generational wealth and do a lot of bullshit in the business and bullshit. This right here is I do so much business outside of the podcast. So when it's time for the mic to gear up, I'm on the bullshit. So if you hear random music in the background, that's me, Dree.
That's Dree. All right. So, why are we here, y'all? What are we doing here? What is BB? What do we want to tell the people?
It's Amber. Business and bullshit, for me, is a space that I get to be my full 360-degree self. A lot of times I feel that I have to temper my tone, I have to monitor my behavior, I have to all of that. But in this space, that's not something that I have to do, where I get to say what I want to say, I get to be who I want to be, and I get to share. And I think that is most important to me, to simply get to share my experience. And even though I know you guys are hearing it at home or in your car or wherever, I know, because I know these women, that they hear me, and that's really important to me.
That's what's up. Dree, you want me? You want you?
Go ahead, Isis.
Want me to do it?
Go ahead.
All right. So, business and bullshit. Why am I here? First and foremost, I'm here because I ended up connecting with two dynamic women. Could basically tell you that I actually reconnected with them. I grew up in church with Amber. I remember Dree, but don't remember Dree from high school. But then we reconnected at a local church. So it's just really interesting how you get to different paths in your life, and you're reintroduced to people that you knew, but you get to know them on a different level. Kind of like what Amber said. To me, just to be able to be in a space where you can turn off, because as black women, we are always on. And so to be able to just let your hair down, to be able to just be authentic.
Or let your dreads down.
Let your
I'm the only
yes,
one that don't
let
have
locks
dreads.
down.
So, okay.
Yeah, shake your locks, or whatever E40 said. So to be able to just be is, to be honest, as a black woman, is a privilege, because we don't get that a lot. And
to be able to have an E40 reference in the middle of a bio.
In the middle,
like,
right?
That's what's up.
Right.
Like E40
shake
reference.
your, what
like,
they say, shake your dreads a lot.
Yeah,
And no one's like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, that's what business and bullshit is to me. It is a place to just be authentic, transparent, and to just turn off. And as a black woman, you have to have those spaces. So I'm glad for this.
I don't know, like, I'm also a black woman, and I like the fact that yes, we are black women.
Melanin.
We get the you get the opportunity to see how black women are not monolithic.
Yes.
We do have similar ideas, thoughts, political views, spiritual views, etc., but they're still different.
Vastly.
Um, and I don't know. I don't really turn off. I think that coming to a space where people where I can share and I can be frustrated and upset and I don't have to be labeled. To me, that energizes me. So I don't. For me personally, it's not a turn down for what. Well, I guess it is turn down for what, but so BB3, and I think to hope having I'm not Christian. Um, I'm not affiliated with a specific political what is it? Party. Yes.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like people accept me for who I am. I don't have to conform to. I mean, I'm not against labels or anything like that, but it's not like, oh, I have to be a Christian or I have to say I'm spiritual versus this or that. It's I say what I say, I mean what I mean, and it is what it is.
Gotcha. And as we're recording this podcast, it is International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to you all.
That's for us too. I didn't know that was for us too.
I'm gonna celebrate.
On my page is for us because I show us. So
Well,
I'm gonna just take February.
You want to take February?
I don't know what I'm about today.
Okay. All right.
You know what? Let's co-op their holiday like they co-op ours.
I mean, I'm all about it.
Or not? Okay.
It's international.
We're gonna set trends. I ain't
Okay.
Well, I wonder what came first, Black History or International Women's History Month.
That's a good question. We have to research
We
that.
can look into that because it may have been
I
we
don't
did set
wanna
that
know.
trend. Okay.
You don't want to know?
Well,
I don't.
ISIS we can find out. We can just
I mean, I don't. I mean, in the sense, like, I don't want to know because having that knowledge does not edify me because every time there is some, like, when I think about things that are supposed to be for the all, like women being able to vote, right? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? These things are supposed to be for the all, but yet Black and brown communities are disproportionately, you know what I'm saying, silenced and disenfranchised.
Oh, and even now, because like I was on a couple women's suffragist committees, and if most of the time I was the only Black woman. If there was another Black woman, it was two, and like we're not monolithic, so we have different perspectives or whatnot, but we still ain't including Black or brown or even Asian women in the talk when it comes to the whole idea of women's marches, women's empowerment. It's still white women.
Yeah, because they like 100 years of voting, yay, and I'm like 1964,
right,
65,
barely,
barely.
I
mean. I was still, Fannie Lou Hammer was like, I'm tired, so.
Right, I'm sick and tired.
Right,
she lost her job, lost her her housing because she couldn't vote. And, I go home to people who couldn't vote even after 1964. Like my mom, when she was eligible to vote, she still had challenges voting in her area. So to celebrate that, I feel as though, without even acknowledging, I feel like you can celebrate, okay, this was the first step, but not being inclusive of everybody else's struggle coming late. Like that's not really celebrating women's history.
And that, people, is what you're going to be expecting on Business and Bullshit. This is what we do. This is what we do. So, what else is to come on our show? What else can they be expecting?
We're going to have some guests lined up. We did a couple posts. We were like, hey, let's do a podcast together. And people were like, hey, I want to be a guest. Locally, people are like, hey, y'all are dope. I want to be a guest. So we'll have some guests to come on the show. We have a hip-hop artist that will be on our show.
Okay, hip-hop.
Boogie Down genre? I won't be saying he hip-hop and he calling
it. It's a genre. Okay. It's a genre.
Well, I know, but I don't know if that's his. I don't want to misquote him.
Okay.
And they'll know the voice when they hear it.
They will.
Y'all will know him.
It will be a surprise.
Rock song.
We're excited about that. As I said before, the last Thursday of the month, we will be dropping an episode. And if y'all are good, if y'all really support us, we may do multiple episodes.
What about you, Amber? What you ready to bring?
So, I hope I get to teach the people about inclusion. I think that, especially in the space I'm in, a lot of times I will say Black people feel like they don't have biases because they experience prejudice and racism, and that is untrue. So I hope that I get to bring a perspective when it comes to diversity that is how we also need to look at things differently. And not get in like stuck in that lens of this is what is happening to our population and that kind of thing. I also hope to bring a couple of laughs and just fun segments that I like. Like I will probably be like today in Ave, and we're gonna talk about Ave because I am most certainly bilingual. I definitely speak standard American English, and I also speak African American vernacular English, and so. Not to educate, because those who speak Ave know Ave.
I was going to say, I hope the people know Ave.
I love being able to talk about the language of Ave because I think it is beautiful. I love the community of the language. It is little things that I feel like we don't even think about. Shade is a word that you had growing up, and it meant there was a tree outside and you sit under it and it kept you cool. Today, that is not what shade means. In standard American English it does, but in Ave that is not what shade means. It was all the shade. Or even when it comes to receipts. Your mom or parent had receipts growing up.
Kroger's.
Yes. Today, receipts are something very different.
Very much so.
Yes, this is the validation of a story through a screenshot text message.
But is it different? Because a receipt is proof of purchase.
And I mean,
proof of purchase, but this is proof of uckery.
But
this
is
is
it
true.
But is it also safe to say that Ave has evolved because we know that our elders
But that's the thing. Language evolves.
Yes.
I mean, 10 years ago, selfie wasn't a word, but now selfie is in the dictionary. So Ave changes with culture. I mean, like especially Ave in the sense that once the word has become mainstreamed, then we be like, okay, well y'all can have that one, and we create a new one. You know what I'm saying? So like,
we can't have nothing to ourselves.
Black Girls Rock on my shirt. That still belongs to us.
That too.
But we've
Someone else wanted to do a Bronx Girls Rock. But
they
we'll
did.
talk about that later.
Black Girl Magic, all of that. Yeah. It was very interesting.
So something else that we will talk on the podcast about will be, ethically non-monogamous relationships. That will be a topic.
I'm ready.
Right?
Are men and women able to be friends? So like actual friends. And I want to also discuss spirituality in today's society and what that looks like, not just in the millennial generation, but just like what does Black spirituality look like today?
Because we're going to allow people to burn their sage in peace.
Oh, yes. Just let the people burn your sage
in peace.
How did it bother you that my house smell funny? Anyway.
It don't even smell funny because sage,
It smell funny to me. But,
we're going to teach y'all, like Amber said, we're going to teach y'all a little bit,
We're going to talk about experiences. We'll talk about politics, current events, of
Absolutely.
course. If there is somebody to come for, we will be there. And should someone in mainstream come for us that we didn't send for, we will be definitely coming for you.
Because y'all saw what happened with Honey Pot. We got together.
You don't want it. So definitely those are things that I'm excited about being able to discuss in this space.
Absolutely. Man, it's
motherhood.
Motherhood. We're going to talk about raising Black sons.
And daughters.
Daughters. Oh, absolutely.
Boy mom.
Community mom, because
yes.
kids be dropped up in my door.
And that's something that's something else we'll
boy
we'll
kids
touch
can
on.
be dropped off in my door. Only the boy kids can be dropped off in my door.
Extended family who are raising kids in the family. So we're gonna talk about all that. We could talk about what does family mean, today.
Right.
Single moms, what I'm saying? Like not just moms, single moms. And as someone who is newly married, and trying to figure out what going from single to supported looks like. That is something that I also want to be able to, discuss and explore because that is very different for, I guess, me. Like if you're raised in a world where you are okay with making unilateral decisions and what I'm saying, like all of that, and then going to where you now have a mate and you need to pause before those things, there are some pitfalls.
Or where you may you may go from single to having two mates.
Hey,
that too.
And
or your mate and his mate. At least pay. I'm gonna talk about it all.
We're gonna touch on the topic of the other woman. It's
sex
always,
is definitely coming up. The sex,
the other woman, the sex. We're gonna talk about it all. We're gonna be grown in here.
We are definitely gonna be grown.
We're gonna be grown.
I'm gonna be like, what? Oh, and I just want to let you know this is Dree. If you think I said something, I probably did.
And our mamas know we grown.
I don't know, cause see on the way here, I had a conversation. My mama was like, "Oh, why y'all call it that. And I was like, what you mean? And she was like, I mean, that second word. I was like, what is it, mama? What's the word? And so she was like, I mean, like, is there, like, what's going on with the bullshit? And I was like, we ain't really cuss because we used the exclamation point.
We did.
So it's like, we didn't say it.
Me
And she was like, well, I mean, did you like study like what's going on? I was like, well, I looked, Mom. There were other podcasts that used the word bullshit. I was like, but even when it comes to just me thinking about it, first I have to admit I was a little leery about using the word, and then I thought that half the people that have a problem with reading the word say the word themselves.
Yes.
So we gonna grow up today.
And I didn't want to share it on my social media because I'm like, my mama, my social media friend, her friends that go to Jesus's house are her social media friends.
And when they stump their toe, they say that word.
My mama asked me at the dinner table last night. She was like, "So what is this podcast, Mama? We just gonna be talking. We, you know."
So your mama reads your social media.
She does.
My mama ain't said nothing
She
yet.
does.
My mama definitely follows our social.
So
She follows
you
our
know
page.
what?
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yes. And my mama probably gonna wait till I get to her house today. So
Okay.
I may be getting.
You in trouble?
I don't know about trouble. Maybe a serious conversation.
Yes. So
It's like that Betty Wright song. I know you're not gonna sing that song like that. Yeah.
Even though she probably, I don't even know my mama is in town. So that's a whole. We're gonna talk about my mama and her escapades. So
y'all ain't ready for Dree's escapades. And are we gonna talk about your auntie?
we can talk about Anne Marie.
Oh,
We may get her to call in too.
Oh,
can she
Lord.
come? Can she be a guest?
I don't know. She in Haiti right now. She was like, "Hey, I'm getting on the plane to go to Haiti," and I'm like, "For how long?" She was like, "I'll tell you when I get back." Ma'am, you over 70. I think you over 80. Can you let somebody know your arrangements?
So see, again, y'all not ready for the adventures of Dree's mom and Auntie Marie. Y'all not ready. Y'all get ready because it's a story.
Yeah,
Y'all love it.
she goes.
She's living her best life.
You gotta have some self esteem with Anne Marie.
So questions? It's time to let them know. You know a little bit. What?
No, I said, oh,
Yeah,
Okay. So
let's let them know. We said social media earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give them our handles.
let me look this up because I want to make sure I'm accurate.
All right. As we are getting started, we definitely want you to follow and engage. I mean,
we just getting started.
we
just
are.
getting started. Okay.
No, follow us. We want you to engage with us, ask us questions. We are already appreciating all the love shown to us as we have put out our information. So follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Business and Bullshit. That is business and BULLSHT. Instagram, same thing as Facebook. And then our Twitter is Business Bullshit, BLLSHT3.
Because it's three of us.
Because it's three of us. Boom. And also our hashtag BB3. So make sure that you follow us, engage with us. We look forward to interacting with you. Dree, Amber?
Amber, like how we said we was gonna press stop, but then we ain't never pressed stop, and we just kept going.
Because it's bullshit. I mean, you know, do you want the bullshit to stop? Like, do you really want the bullshit?
bullshit never stops.
It never stops.
This shit never stops.
Ever.
This is us.
You should see our text message thread.
Yes.
You should not see
Okay,
our
you
text
probably
message
should not see
thread.
our text message
No,
thread.
but no, seriously, follow us, engage with us. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in. So, since this show is about getting to know the host, let's start with some ethnic icebreaker questions.
Absolutely.
So, the first question
Define ethnic.
Yes, Dree, define ethnic.
we're not doing this today on
Okay,
this
fine.
show.
I'm sorry. What's the question?
We're not doing
What's
this
the
on this show.
question?
The first icebreaker question.
I mean, somebody listening might wonder.
Well, we're not doing it today.
Not today?
Not
Okay.
today.
All right.
All right. We're going to answer these same questions. That's what we're going to do.
All right.
If you could live on any black-centered sitcom, which one would it be and why?
We are living
Hey.
single. Oh, in a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my
Word
up. Oh, okay, so I feel like you can't end it until you at least do the keep your head up, right?
I mean,
Like,
it's-
so I would live in living single because I am not either of those women, but I just think I'd make a good fifth. Was it four of them?
Yes.
I'd be a great fifth roommate for them. And so I would hang out with all of them. Like, I would hang out with Regine often, but I would shop with her. And I hate shopping, so I'm lying. So I would see her in the living room. So let's go back.
Who do you think would have been your BFF?
Oh, you know what? In my Gemini life, it would vary. So Max and Khadijah.
Okay.
And it would depend on the week because that would depend on whether Amber or Nicole was present. So
Do you think you would have got along with Sinclair?
yeah, we would have got along. Like we would get along. I'm not
Now,
taking her.
woo-woo.
I'm not taking her to a symposium or
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna take her to the governor's mansion and stuff. But we gonna get along just fine.
Would you have dated Kyle?
No, because he's an hour older.
I co-sign.
I'm petty.
I co-sign her pettiness.
Okay.
Alrighty. Isis?
What about your show?
My show, I would have did A Different World, and that's because number one, I love the show, I love the issues, but I didn't get to go. I chose not to go to an HBCU, so I would do A Different World so I could have that experience, and it was just a dope show. Like it covered so much, and as an adult looking back, you're just like, wow. And I would have wanted to go to the wedding just to hear, Dwayne.
Willie, baby,
give
please.
Yes, please, baby, please. You
Like,
know.
That toxic
I
bullshit.
would have definitely been in the, I'm saying,
We're not doing that today. You gonna let us live.
I love.
You gonna let us live with that episode and the late Diane Carroll going,
It
die.
don't matter.
Just die.
She would have been at the wedding, and,
Right,
we wouldn't have been able to find her or Ron. So anyway,
Nah.
we
Okay.
wouldn't have been fine.
We-
either.
Okay, I'm
No.
gonna be on my own
Okay.
bias. I have colorism. I like a good chocolates man.
No,
So
as
I
long
wouldn't
as you
have
stay
been
away
one.
from Dwayne.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been with Dwayne.
Okay.
I like Shazza, his eyes.
I got time for him.
Yeah, no.
'Cause
But he was
I like
Hotepish.
Freddie, really.
He was
Go ahead.
Hotepish.
Okay.
Freddie was going, yeah. What'd you think about the episode
You
when she
know
straightened her
what?
hair and she ended up going in the law? That shocked me.
I thought that was interesting. What's your show, though?
But yeah.
Okay, I want to retract part of what I'm saying because I would have hit Sinbad. Okay, but like a
Season
good-
2?
I love me a
What
good.
difference? Like you, decade one. Like what difference does the season make? It's Sinbad.
I did not see that one coming.
You know, I like me a good
I
older
wasn't
man.
ready.
So honestly, those are both of the shows that I would have chosen
Mhm.
equally. I don't have one over the other.
I know I was mad after
Um,
she said A Different World. I was like, dang, I would have. Okay.
Yeah.
So both
Michelle?
of them. So with the different world, I'm not even gonna say I chose not to go to HBCU. I just wasn't educated on what it was, and I hate to
Right.
say that because I have
Mhm.
HBCU alums in my extended family. I try to support them the best way that I can now that I am aware. I
Right.
feel like that's what I wanted my college experience to be like. That's what I
Yes.
assumed it was gonna be like, but I went to a PWI, so no. I also thought that my life at some point in time would be an episode of Living Single.
Yes.
Or at least Drumline, man. Like they be lying to us.
I was like, okay, me and my friends, we get together, we go through. Well, we do. We go through life together. But I'm like, we ain't going to Jersey City like at a whim.
You in the brownstone.
We don't live in a brownstone.
Yeah.
I ain't got no roommates, which I'm okay with that. But I just always thought that my life would be structured like that. And here I am. It was all a dream. I used to read magazine. Salt and Pepper. Okay. So so those would be the two shows, sitcoms equally that I would choose.
All right. That's what's up. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Since this is bullshit, what childish things do you still do as an adult?
I gotta pick one.
What childish things?
I need a second. Let me see.
Okay. I'm gonna own this. My brothers are listening. I'm glad they can call in. So my brothers call me brats. And I still annoy the heck out of them. I'm very bratty toward them. And then I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still bratty toward Amber because sometimes I send Amber data that she already has access to and I know she hates it and I do it anyway. So I do bratty stuff like that. I don't know if this
That's what I said. Does it have to be bratty or petty? Because like I'm good for a good petty.
I'm just petty.
I
The
can be
petty is when it has to be in the moment. Like I can't pre-think petty.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I don't
It's
think
just so
most people
natural.
can. It just
Like,
naturally
petty is something,
happens.
If you're good at it.
That's
is.
true. That's true.
I am petty with people who have non-ethical relationships. I mean, I try not to judge them, but I'm scroll through Facebook, minding my own business, and I see two backgrounds that are the same from two people who are not together, and I'm like, oh, this is what we doing? Okay.
Petty.
But I don't post it anymore. I just think it in my head now.
They need more black women in the FBI and in the CIA. They would solve more crime.
They really would.
All the crimes be
They
solved.
would definitely
All
solve
Because,
crime.
we find stuff out in 2.5
Like
seconds.
quick.
Like,
I mean, anyway. I don't know about okay. So I don't know about childish, but I am good for a text conversation to a friend that'll say something like per our previous conversation.
Yes.
Because I'm petty. And I don't know.
You know how you're petty too? So for example, not trying to toot my own horn, but I give Amber some really good advice. And then when it's my turn to use that advice, she comes back and says, you know, like when, and I'm like, I think I said this. I really feel like I said these words. And I know I said those words, but I was trying to pretend like I didn't say them. And then she tries to hold me accountable. And I don't like that.
I don't feel like that's not petty. That's adult.
You don't. Yeah.
That's
You don't.
adult.
You don't like the
That's how
mirror in
adulting
your
works.
face.
That is definitely.
She
how
tells
adulting-
us that all the time. I don't like this mirror.
That's how adulting works.
We don't care. Because you would do the same thing to us.
Okay, so I don't really have. I think I'm petty, but what you got? What's the next question? Oh wait, I got one. Here we go.
Yeah,
Wait,
yes.
Isis, do you have anything to say?
Anything childish?
Or childish
I
opinions?
think I'm more along the lines, like I said, more petty. You know, just okay. I'm just be petty. Yeah. So
I still buy, I guess, candy at the store. Like I love some Red Hots, so I still buy. Is that childish? Because I do.
what about Saturday? Like I still like to eat cereal and turn on old school cartoons on Hulu. Is that childish?
I ain't watch cartoons then. Like I always like sitcoms even growing up.
Disney Plus has some amazing ones. I need to see if I got the login because I broke
Hulu
up.
got like the old school,
So-
like She-Ra and all the things I watched. I was like, this is
Can I
like,
get your login?
Sure, because
Okay.
I watched the X-Men, you know.
You can get
cartoon.
my Netflix, so you can cancel it. You can be
You
on my
know,
Netflix.
I got
Is
all
it
of them.
childish if I like to dress up as Harry Potter characters?
Absolutely
Is that
not.
That's cosplay.
childish? Okay, so then I don't have it. Like no.
Oh, can we do
No.
a show on that on cosplay and anime and all that?
I have a perfect guest for that. Yes. Can I
'Cause
bring a
I
guest?
want to learn how to cosplay.
Can I
for real.
please bring a guest?
I was yeah.
Okay.
Also, I was childish. I love telling people these nuts.
You
That
do.
I do.
You know,
your
And I'm
mama.
really good about your mama.
And your mama,
I
yeah.
do. I am. So I'm childish in that way. I take.
Hey.
I am good for your mama and these nuts. And I recently, and there's a thread. My mother, my sister, my father, and I. And my mom
I
said
love it.
something. We talking it all the time,
I love
whether
it.
it be good or bad. But my mama said something recently, and I just put like peanuts in there, and I made the screen like echo. And then when she kept saying, "What are these peanuts?" and Courtney was like, "Take it back." And so but the point is, I'm an equal opportunity. These nutters.
Everybody
can get these.
Everybody
nuts.
can get it.
Mhm.
Amber, what's your question?
Oh,
What's your question? What's your question?
If you could have, what Black history figure would you have as an imaginary friend?
Oh, that's a good one.
All of them. I'm sorry.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
As an imaginary friend.
Mm-hmm. Only
It's so
that's it. You don't
many.
person next to your friend. So let me see.
Oh man, there's so many folks.
See, it's challenging to answer that question because I feel like I need different people for
That's
different
what I was
things.
gonna say. So we'll just say imaginary friend. You only get two. You get two. Imagine.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna take Booker T and W.
But so they don't have to be. They don't even have to be Black history. Because like honestly, I want one of my imaginary friends to be like the Cheetos cat. Like I just feel like he would.
Man, you
like,
have so much fun.
He
in
would,
life.
he would be
okay.
a really good friend.
Okay, so since we're not doing Black history,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I want She-Ra. I want She-Ra.
That's what you want.
Well,
I'm judging you.
My friend can't play with your friend.
It's okay. I mean, she was like dope. I mean, she's like the serious side. That was my childhood. Like, you know,
Okay.
maybe Rainbow Bright. I don't know.
What's your friend? Where your?
I'm
Who's your
thinking
imaginary?
like it's just. I mean, you giving me like you didn't even like you increase it by adding another person.
Yeah.
And we didn't like say okay, well in this sphere. So now I'm like okay, I'm all over the place. I'm like I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. Like I just feel like I need some crunk people. Like some people that's just like
Oh, like Lil Jon could be your imaginary friend.
Oh, y'all remember the MC Hammer cartoon?
Oh, what if Lil Penny? Maybe Lil Penny could be. Lil Penny would make a good like imaginary friend.
You know, proud fan. You know,
Who wouldn't want to hear Chris Rock just talking to you when can't nobody else hear?
I mean, I'm just
Like,
saying.
that could be funny. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I can answer this question, Amber.
Okay,
We're
let's
gonna come back.
We'll come
What
back.
question
Maybe
you got,
I don't know.
What
Like
you got,
now my
hon?
mind fried because I'm like, who would I want?
I can see you.
And now I
being
got
a
Little
Cheetos
John in my
character,
ear.
Me and the Cheetos character would definitely
though.
keep
Y'all would
it.
have some fun.
I would be in so much trouble at all times.
Why didn't I choose Tony the Tiger? Like, nah, he would just be
Nah,
like,
he
I'm
just
great. Yeah,
Well, you may need that motivation in life.
That's
If
true.
you have low self-esteem or something.
yeah, he would
Yeah.
motivate you.
So like when you have your imaginary friends, y'all not gonna do nothing mischievous. You and your friends are literally
Right.
they just here to play together for real.
I'm up
Like,
here like
I'm sitting here like, I got a whole friend, can't nobody see but me. I'm finna get in trouble. You like, no, we're gonna do Rainbow Bright. I'm getting me a good superhero, and then Tony the Tiger.
Right.
Like, y'all ain't finna do nothing. Y'all ain't finna play pranks on nobody. Y'all just finna save the world. Her and her friends finna save the world.
And see, ladies and gentlemen, 3 different women.
I'm up here. I'm like, okay, so I need a ratchet.
Right. She be like, I gotta have one for this.
I need one for
this.
Black liberation. I need one that's gonna help me tap into, the spiritual plane. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna keep the Cheetos cat, Cardi B, and Angela Jackson.
I'm gonna let you keep Cardi B, and I'm gonna
I like
raise
Cardi.
you. I like Cardi B, but we'll talk about that on a different show. I don't know. Okay, I'm picking this person only because of their coinage and how they got their coinage.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Beyonce.
Okay.
Only because of her coinage.
I ain't mad.
I ain't one of them. Oh my God, I have an altar to Beyonce. I ain't on that level. It's just she's iconic. She got the coins. She's unbothered.
Very unbothered. Virgo
Or she
energy.
appears to be because I don't know her personally.
Virgo energy.
I think for me, it's not the coinage. It is the fact that
Access.
she obviously heeds wise counsel.
Oh,
I feel like she's one of those, like, there are some people who do things great or well. Like, we can name 10 great singers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Beyonce's one of those people that does a lot of things well, and it's been packaged great.
Really.
And so, like, she had to have listened to some, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's one reason I guess I would choose her for that aspect.
So I think when I say coinage, I'm not literally talking about a dollar amount. I'm talking about access to things like, which could
her
be
brand,
money.
how she
her brand
branded
and
herself.
The ability to manifest, though, the coinage.
Yeah.
Like the things that go into that.
Yeah.
The hard work,
Right, because there's some dumbass millionaires out here too. So.
Absolutely. They just surrounded themselves with people.
Or in the White House.
Let's ask Amber's question.
So in the Black Panther movie, were you T'Challa or Killmonger?
I'm not gonna lie. I struggled with that one because I saw both sides.
I did.
Well, Drew, who were you?
This is gonna be because I can't never answer a question straight on. Both of them. I love the fact that the unity, like, hey, we need to come together as Black people, and then I like this shit ain't working. We need to do something different. Y'all sitting up here cozy. And I think in that movie, that was a perfect display of both ideologies because we needed both of them to have a conversation. And I love how they talked about the crack epidemic in the 60s, 70s, 80s, living in the projects. I love how, it's to me, you can't have one without the other in this particular movie.
Absolutely. It was very layered, but you got both sides.
And I really didn't like the I can't quote it. I'm horrible with quotes, but paying homage to the ancestors who jumped sea versus being bondage and slavery.
Yeah,
I think it's a good quote as far as it invoked an emotion in you, but I felt like, okay, you missed the part where these people came to a foreign land and tried to survive, and still are doing it. And
You're here because they didn't jump off,
they're media.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, we got,
Pause.
sometimes you get too deep or something, and then you go deep on the wrong end.
Yeah,
I think that's a good quote for conversation. Let's dissect it, but I don't think it's let's get a T-shirt made.
So when it came out, BuzzFeed had a quiz, and you can figure out which Black Panther character you were.
Okay.
And I took it twice and ended up being T'Challa one time and Killmonger the second. Like, one question I felt uneasy about. I went back and chose the answer that I felt most, you know what I'm saying? Like, I questioned myself, and then I ended up being a whole different character. So I thought that was interesting because I like parts of both of them, like you were saying. I also thought it was important for them to highlight that they're cousins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, and not this, like, they are first cousins in this one, but it's like, we often get separated when it comes to, like, you have, Black Americans, and you have actual African Americans, like those from an African country, and then you have Africans, because the diaspora is, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. And so often I feel as though we can be the outcast, you know what I'm saying, of those, because it's like like we get blamed for being here or something
Right,
instead of,
like
you know
we
what
had
I'm
a
saying?
whole ass choice.
Right,
Right,
like we had a
like,
whole
we
choice.
just-
Like I was like, Mom, please make me born in Little Rock, you know? So it's like, I liked the aspect that they were cousins, and I liked that T'Challa had to not only weigh what his cousin and somebody close to him was saying, but he had to weigh it against the entire, you know what I'm saying, his entire kingdom. You know, like, all I got to say is, when they let Captain America in, Wakanda messed up. That's all I got to say. Wakanda was fine until
they
Captain America got there, and then it didn't work no more.
Right.
So,
They let, but yeah, they,
but I,
you know.
I definitely think it was important to, like, I don't know.
I mean, it was just so, you know, even not looking at T'Challa and Killmonger, if you go back to the dad and the brother, their fathers, and how the dad took, you know, he took his brother out, you know, the brother was like, hey, we got all these resources, there's people here dying. The dad would rather kill his brother than to have let those resources out to help the community. So now
I like that he said he was wrong, though.
Yeah.
I like that
when he went to the ancestral plane. Yeah.
I think that for me, the reason that I can't stay Killmonger, because I get angry like Killmonger.
Oh,
Even
absolutely.
now. I get frustrated, and there are times where I feel like, give me liberty or give me death. But I also want to be solution oriented, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's important that, for me, vengeance isn't my goal. Like, to me, at the end of the day, even though Killmonger wanted to liberate, he was going to do it by way of more fear, anger, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all of the things that so I don't want to inflict what I feel is what is happening to me on other people. My goal is not to oppress anybody else. I'm just saying make some room and make things equitable. But I don't need to, you know what I'm saying, reverse it completely and let somebody else feel what it feels like to be, you know.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
No, I want them to feel it. I want them to feel it, but I don't need you to live it. Because, see, the people who live in it are strong enough to live it.
Right. So that's why it's always hard. It's just like you see both sides of it, kind of like the Booker T. Du Bois debate.
Malcolm and Martin.
So it's, you see both sides, and it's just like, we need
Professor
both.
X and Magneto.
Right. But when you think about it, so we want to go back to how the father and the two fathers.
The two dads.
And so when you think about it, the reason why I say Martin and Malcolm is because Malcolm X was in the North. Martin Luther King was in the South. And so you have a father who's in Compton, seeing the epidemic and seeing the oppression and living it, and excuse me, all this other stuff. And then you have someone who is in the promised land.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he has these resources. No one's starving. No one's in poverty. No one's addicted. No one's oppressed. And so it's different to have these ideologies and think of it when you're in the promised land.
Right.
And that's kind of how we talk about with privilege. You know, and I think you mentioned earlier on the show where you want to talk about black people, about how they have their own biases and et cetera. Well, black people have privileges too once we get out of, or once we've never been exposed to something. And I think that was a good angle. I don't really see that many think pieces about that part, but that was something else that stood out.
That could be a question we could ask our listeners maybe later on. You know, were you Killmonger? Were you T'Challa? You know, how'd you feel? Because it's definitely a topic. Okay, so let's see.
I like Amber's second question.
What's the second question?
You want me to read it or you want to read it?
You can read it.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be? And if you could be any superhero, who would it be?
I am first and foremost always Jean Grey from X-Men. I love her. I think that Jean Grey to me is the epitome of strength and thought and unbothered. You know what I'm saying? So she has the power of telepathy and telekinesis and all of these things. First of all, she does with her mind, which I feel is like my super strength and my
superpower. She had two men that fought over her all the time.
Not just fighting, but they were two men fighting to control her.
Okay, yes.
And in them trying to control her, she created a whole alter ego. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole, like that was then unable to control the other part of her, to me, which is what happens when you have a bunch of power inside and other people are trying to tell you what to do with it.
Yeah.
And then you have to try to figure that out for yourself. So I like her journey as a mutant. I like her journey as a woman. And then I like the duality of the fact that she has all of this power as the Phoenix. She has to rationalize and be thoughtful about it as Jean Grey, but they both will kill you. So I love her. Right. If you can't tell.
Yeah. Jean, yeah.
Isis, who should be She-Ra?
I told y'all earlier. No, it's who's your favorite superhero and why?
Or power, yeah.
Power, superhero power. Actually, No, it's gonna be She-Ra. I'm just, when she came out, I mean, I'm a kid of the '80s, so when that cartoon debuted, the boys had He-Man and all that kind of stuff. So when she came out, it was like, oh, at the time I'm little, so I'm not thinking, color or whatever, but I'm just like, wow, like she's kicking ass, and she's like, you know, He-Man will come in and she's like, I got this handled. What you doing here? And so, I mean, her powers were she was able to heal animals. She was able to, her strength, was undeniable. I like her backstory, the backstory to it, unfortunately she was kidnapped. She was raised.
She has such empathy for her.
I
She was
do.
like, unfortunately, she was kidnapped. Like,
I
felt that. Did you feel that? Like,
and then, she had to learn who she was. And then once she tapped into her power, the, what's my girl's name? Sorceress, the Falcon off of He-Man, told her who she was. She tapped into this power, and immediately she started using it to fight, evil, to free the planet from, the Horde. So she wanted to free the people from oppression and different things like that, So,
okay.
love my She-Ra.
I don't like this question because I was not really into comics growing up. I love, Marvel, DC, so I can't like choose one because I only know the cinema version.
Pick a superpower.
But my power,
Yes.
I don't know. Like I feel like I want to be this Mother Earth, read minds, read people's emotions type deal. Not from an angle of control, but more for, understanding and to assist them. Now, if you do come froggy, I will control your ass with it. But, that has always been a superpower I wish I had, to tap into someone else mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Okay.
I know that ain't really cool like the two y'all said, but
No, we have our
okay. I was like Jane Grey. Okay.
No, I mean, I
She
know, like,
still.
to me, I like I always say, it is, three women, three perspectives.
Right, but y'all
podcast,
sound
like,
cool. I want to
but I'm
sound
saying,
cool
like,
too.
if there were three different characters, all of the characters were women with power, and their first power was either their heart or their mind. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like there was still a thread, even though they were, three different perspectives.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Yep. And Shira found her a boo.
I can't.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
If it was one meme going around social media where it was like, if you can have anyone mentor you, who would it be? And it was like Jay-Z, Master P, Puff Daddy.
Oh, I saw that.
And I don't know who the fourth person was, but heck, I mean, we can put black women in there too. So who? I think
that would require them to put black women.
I
in
said
there,
we, but I said we.
I'm saying
you're right. I got you, but I said we.
Give me Beyonce and Madam C.J. Walker.
All right. Okay.
Does it have to be like famous people? Or
Whoever
just...
you want. Whoever you want.
If I can have one person,
you like. You can choose. Amber did too. You can do two.
I can do two. Who would I have mentor me? Oh man, I just drew a blank. You go. And
can I take my bet? Because
I don't
want Beyonce as my mentor. I want her as my friend. I want whoever mentored Beyonce to be my mentor.
Her daddy.
Well, we talking about women.
Women.
So, honestly, when we were talking about this, I was like Tina Knowles.
That's her mom.
I was actually thinking about that.
I take Tina instead of Beyonce.
I would say Tina Knowles.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
I know people are not happy with her right now, but Oprah.
Okay, so I can feel that. Like, because there are a lot of things that I like about Oprah. Like, in what she imparts. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is everybody's problematic.
Everybody's
problematic.
Because people are 360.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to excuse anyone who is problematic, but I think once we realize people are problematic, we kind of view it with a different set of lens.
I think it's just like viewing people as being fallible. Like allowing them to not have perfections. And
and you're never going to have all your shit together.
We tend to put people on a pedestal, especially, when they're celebrities, and it's like, no, people are human. People are going to fall. Like,
and we can discuss that.
You know what I don't like about the celebrity, like when people are like, oh, so-and-so needs to not comment on politics. Like, that bothers me. You may not like Angelina Jolie's platform, but Angelina Jolie is still a citizen. She can say what she wants. She pays taxes. She all that. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it bothers me when people are like, oh, I wish celebrities would stay out of politics.
They live here too.
They citizens. They vote.
And like with Cardi B, Cardi B took a political stance or whatever.
And people came for her.
And I was like, I want to hear what she has to say because I don't live where she lives.
Right.
I don't have the path that she has.
Right.
So I'm just, a person who, I just want to hear.
Whoever is the president is her president too.
Right.
And so like she has the right to speak on
she's
it.
campaigning for, and she gave me a different perspective of her candidate of choice
Right.
as well. So
it's almost like people feel like once you get to this level of money, this class status, that you're immune, that you don't need to pay attention to what's going on. It's like, no, there's, as Amber stated, you're still a citizen. Think about the NBA when the guys wore the Black
I can't
Lives.
breathe.
Yeah, when they did that, people started coming from them, and we're like,
They need to stick to sports. No, you mad because they have a platform and they have every right to, like, you know.
it's not the
like
platform
Colin.
that you want.
You're right. You're mad that their platform
cool.
is bigger than yours.
You can be a mentor.
That's it.
But your mentorship falls within this certain box.
That's it.
I mean, look at Colin.
You're just mad because you got 300 likes and you know what I'm saying. They have a whole 3 million. You know what I'm saying.
I got my mentor. Okay, who would be my mentor? Businesswoman side. Actually, I would take Gail. I might take Gail. I like Gail King.
Okay.
I like Gail. And I want
What's she gonna mention
we
you to do?
I don't know.
Look at
Okay, I take this back. I take this back.
Pick who you want to pick.
No.
No. You could keep her. I just want to know what she gonna mentor you to do.
It's like I have some, but I can't. But anyway, Chris, I already told y'all this. Chris Jenner gonna be my mentor.
Man.
Chris
a hustler, dog.
Chris is a hustler.
Man.
But I'll take Marjorie.
That's
Marjorie
Harvey. Give me
Right.
Marjorie Harvey and Chris
That's it.
Jenner. Give me them two.
Okay.
Give me them two ladies right there.
I mean, you may have a nipple out, but you're gonna be a multi-millionaire, okay?
Not Marjorie.
Well, Marjorie
Marjorie ain't gonna have nothing now.
She
gonna
gonna
have
have nothing else,
but
honey.
she gonna manage your pussy though. She gonna manage your peach.
Listen here.
Is that a bad word? Is that a bad word for you?
No,
Like, is
that's
that
not a
for
bad
me?
word for me.
That's
Are
not-
you?
But if Marjorie can teach me positive pussy management, I'm here for it. Because there's too many of us out here
I
getting
think you should
nothing,
get a shirt made that
something
says
for nothing.
pussy management or positive pussy management.
You know? Hey.
You down with PPM? Yeah, you know me.
That was cute. Hashtag.
Yeah.
PPM. Hashtag
Marjorie
PPM.
Harvey was just on her Instagram and asked her what her grandkids enjoying life, doing the most.
Okay, well.
Do we want
So
one more
what?
question?
She's not driving no more. She never driving again.
Okay, so all right, I think this was a good business and bullshit segment of the day, of this week, month, year, whatever. Let's wrap it up with our word of the week. Go ahead, Amber.
My word of the Amber. Amber. You sound like my mama. You don't run me
All
up.
them names
My
together.
word for this week is self-care.
Mine is strategy.
Okay. My word for the week is prioritize. All right. So again, thank you all for tuning in. Remember to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Business and Bullshit. That's BUSINESS and BULLSHT. Our Twitter is at Business Bullshit 3. Again, the bullshit without the I. And we thank you for joining us.
And remember, business and bullshit is
3 women.
3 perspectives.
One podcast.
See you next time.